Kirota was a fierce and devoted warrior, recently married to the woman he loved, Amani. Their love was strong, but Kirota's duty to his people was just as important. Their settlement, though without a king, was led by a community of wise elders, with Kirota serving as their most respected warrior. However, the peace they had known was about to be shattered. Barbarians were advancing closer to their borders, and if they didn't defend their land, the village would be vulnerable to a sudden attack. Amani, heavily pregnant and in the 8th month of her term, awaited the birth of their child. Kirota felt torn between his love for her and his duty to protect his people. Though he was on the battlefield, his mind was often filled with thoughts of her and their unborn child. He dreamed of names for their child, Zozala if it was a boy and Lily if it was a girl. As the battle raged on, the enemy's reinforcements kept coming and the tide turned against Kirota and his warriors. The pressure mounted and Kirota, distracted by thoughts of his wife, was not fully present on the battlefield. His enemies soon realized that he was the leader and they launched a vicious ambush. In the chaos, Kirota was struck down and killed, and the soldiers, without their leader, fled the field in despair. The battle was lost, and hope seemed to die with Kirota. However, Kirota's love for his wife and unborn child was so strong that his spirit refused to leave the world. Death, seeing how determined Kirota was, came to him and asked, "Why do you resist, warrior?" "I cannot leave," Kirota replied. "I must name my child, see my wife one last time and protect them." Impressed by Kirota's unyielding will, Death offered him a chance to return. He gave Kirota a helmet called the Cravings of the Dead. Death explained that anyone who wore the helmet after dying would be resurrected immortal and unable to die, unless they removed the helmet themselves. However, there was a catch. If the wearer slept, they would become a thorax, a ghostly being trapped between life and death, compelled to fulfill the cravings of the dead. These cravings could range from seeking vengeance to finding peace, love, or even something as simple as watching the sunrise. Whatever the dead people were craving, Kirota will be stuck forever in all eternity, fulfilling the cravings of the dead. The temptation to sleep while wearing the helmet was almost impossible to resist, but if the wearer fought it, they would be safe until their task was complete. Kirota, despite the risks, agreed to wear the helmet. He had no choice but to take the chance. With the helmet on, his lifeless body rose from the battlefield, now immortal. Kirota's first task was to return home, to fulfill his promise to his wife and see the child he had yet to meet. The barbarians, shocked to see Kirota rise from the dead, gathered to attack him again. But Kirota, now faster and stronger than before, fought them off with ease, and in a fury of motion, he defeated over 5,000 barbarians, cutting them down with swift strikes of his sword. When the battle was over, Kirota mounted a horse and began his journey home. Though immortal, the pull of exhaustion and sleep weighed heavily on him for 3 days and nights. Kirota fought the urge to rest. His body craved sleep, but his will kept him moving forward. Eventually, he reached his village. His people were stunned to see him alive. They thought he had been killed in the battle. They didn't recognize him at first because of the helmet, but his voice gave him away. Kirota told them the truth, that he had died but made a pact with death to return and fulfill his promise to his wife. One of his soldiers asked him, "But weren't you taken into enemy territory? How did you make it out?" Kirota answered, "They are all dead. The war between us and the barbarians is over. I killed all of them." He then went to see his wife, Amani, who was overjoyed to see him. He explained the cause of the helmet and how it bound him to life. Kirota named their son Will, a name that represented the strength and determination that had carried him through death and back. For the next 9 years, Kirota stayed with his family, cherishing every moment. However, the temptation to sleep never left him. One fateful night, unable to resist any longer, Kirota succumbed to the pool of sleep. As soon as he did, he became a thorax, a ghost caught between life and death. He wandered, fulfilling the cravings of the dead. Some seeking vengeance, others seeking peace, love, or simple wishes unfulfilled in life. Kirota had to fulfill the cravings of all the dead people. The story of Kirota teaches us an important lesson. With a strong will, there is always a way to overcome obstacles. However, every choice comes with its own trials and consequences, and even the strongest will can falter when faced with temptations. Thanks for watching this video all the way till the end. I really appreciate your time. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Bye.